everyone, today I really wanted to share my favourite books that are self-help books, and some of them are to do with like staying organised and goal setting. Some of them are more like deep about more like self-improvement and thinking about your past and who you are as a person. And yeah, so I thought I would share them with you today, and I hope that you get some recommendations if you like reading self-help books as well. So the first book is probably my favourite, and it's Unlimited by Jillian Michaels. Oh, Jillian. I just love Jillian. I'm sure a lot of people do, but she's a huge inspiration to me. Not only because she got me into fitness with a 30-day shred. That was like the first fitness challenge that I actually followed through with and completed it all. But she's also just an amazing person. She genuinely cares about people and really wants people to succeed. Jillian is a very practical person, and a lot of what she does is about goal setting and really breaking things down and coming up with like a step-by-step plan, whether that's for losing weight or getting the dream job you want or getting a promotion or meeting the one and getting married if that's what you want to do. She basically covers it all and kind of gives you loads of really good tips, and she goes into a lot of detail about the decisions that we make and how our past and maybe the not so great things that have happened in our life shape how we feel about ourselves and how we act every day, and why we might have stunted ourselves in life because of our past. So I just think it's a really interesting book to read, and it definitely makes you think about your life in general. And I do think that people really deserve to live an amazing life, and you only get one, so you may as well do the best you can, and that's Jillian's kind of philosophy as well. So if you are stuck in a rut, then I would definitely recommend you read this, whatever your kind of problem is, because I found it really helpful and it's really motivated me. The next book that I wanted to mention is a classic, and it is How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. And I've not actually got the original. I read the copy of the original from the library, but I have picked up the digital age version, so I thought this was really cool. I've not read this version yet, but I have read the original, and it's basically what it says on the cover. It's just about like social skills and meeting new people, whether it's friends or whether it's in like a social environment or a professional environment. And I'm quite a socially awkward person. I'm not shy, but I'm quite reserved sometimes, and sometimes like in a situation where I really want to make a good first impression, for example, I can kind of ruin it for myself because I'm a bit like, oh, socially awkward, and I'm not like, hey everyone. This book gives you kind of good tips on how to just get on in life, because getting on with people and having good social skills is probably the most important thing you can do in your personal life as well as your work life. And this version apparently applies to like social networking and stuff like that as well, so I thought that was really interesting. And let me know if you've read this one and if you enjoyed it. The next book is about goal setting, and I got this book on a recommendation from Serene, whose YouTube is Dress Yourself Happy, and I just love her channel. Her videos are really good. And she did a goal setting series at the start of the year, and I really enjoyed it, and the kind of points that she talked about that she pulled from this book were really spoke to me, and I thought that they were really effective ways of goal setting. So it's called Your Best Year Yet by Ditzler, and it's just a little book. You can read it in a day or so, and it's just a really good way to sit down with yourself and really think about what you want to achieve and how you're going to achieve it, and kind of break it down into manageable goals. So week by week or day by day if you want, or monthly, and then kind of write them all down and revisit them as the year goes on. So obviously it's March now and I did this in January, so you could still do it now, it's not too late, there's still most of 2014 to go, but it is really great. It's a really great one to have at the start of the year for your New Year's resolutions and stuff. So maybe if you made New Year's resolutions and they've not come true, it might be a good idea to pick this one up now, because then you can kind of revisit them in a way that's really practical and you're more likely to achieve your goals doing something like this. I definitely feel a lot more focused this year than I have done in the past, because usually I'd just think, oh, I really want to do this year, and then I wouldn't really write it down, I wouldn't like set it in stone, and I wouldn't think of how it could be integrated into my life. And I also didn't think about the year before, because this goes through like the year before and how that will reflect on this year, because you might have learned certain things or done certain things that you regret, and how you can learn from that. So yeah, it's a really good one, and if you are a goal setter like me, then you definitely need to check this one out. So the next book is about productivity and time management and figuring out how to negotiate those annoying to-do lists that just don't seem to go down, and it's called Getting Things Done by David Allen, How to Achieve Stress-Free Productivity, and it's just a really good method. It's very, very in-depth, and you have to sit down and read it all the way through, or else it's not going to work out. There's a lot to go through, and it is quite complex, especially if you're someone like me who's just used to writing the list and then leaving it. This is kind of about keeping everything all in one place and really organising your life, like down to every last bit, and keeping it all in the same place. So I have like something called Spring Pad on my computer, and that's what I do it through. It's quite similar to Evernote. A lot of people do Getting Things Done on Evernote. I'm not going to tell you like the whole process and everything, because this guy, well, it's his method, so if you want to know it then read the book, but it's really good, and it's really kind of helped me manage everything in my life in one place and not neglect certain things and forget about them, because the thing with lists is that they just get flung everywhere, and as great as it is writing a list sometimes, unless you actually sort out the things on that list and organise when you're going to do them, or if you even have time to do them, it isn't going to work out. But this is really good, so definitely check this one out, especially if you're a really busy working professional or a busy like full-time mom or something, or both. My god, I can't even imagine how stressful that would be, remembering everything and juggling everything, but this might help you, so check it out. Another book that I wanted to mention but I've not got a copy of is The Secret, and a lot of people will have heard of The Secret already. I think it's a really good kind of game changer in terms of positive thoughts and how your thought process can really affect how you live your life. And it seems very extreme at first when you read it, and I think it can put a lot of people off, but the basic kind of gist of it is really true. And when you think about how your thoughts have affected your life in the past, you can kind of start to see how thoughts can impact on actions and impact on the people around you, and it just is pretty crazy how powerful your mind can be. And I think having positive thoughts and reinforcing really good things about yourself and your life does make a difference, whether you believe the secret thing or not. It is a really good book to read. If you, like me, can get really negative and moan a lot, then definitely read that, because you will think twice about how all that negative like energy can impact on your life, and yeah, I really hope you like that one. If you've read it, let me know what you think, if you think it's crazy or not. I personally like it, and the thing with books is you don't have to take everything that they say as gospel. You can take the things that they say and take the bits that you really find resonate with you. And another great, really positive thinking type book is Richard Carlson's Don't Sweat the Small Stuff, and I've heard April Athena 7 talking about this one. This again is a lot about thinking on the bright side and seeing the silver lining, and this is a lot more practical, I think, than The Secret. It's a lot more accessible, I think, to a lot of different people, and it just has loads of little examples of how you can not sweat the small stuff, because the little annoying things that happen in life aren't that big of a deal in the bigger picture. One thing that I think he mentioned in the book that resonated with me, for example, is, will this matter a year from now? And a lot of the stuff day to day that we get annoyed with, we probably won't even remember a year from now. We probably, never mind, like, still be worrying about it and annoyed about it. So yeah, don't sweat the small stuff. And the last one is kind of a half favourite because I'm still reading through it, but what I've read so far is really good and really motivating. It's called The Magic of Thinking Big by David J. Schwartz. I think that's how you say it. And this is, like the name might suggest, just thinking about big goals in life and not kind of putting yourself in a little box and restricting yourself and thinking, oh, I can't do this, I can't do that, I could never achieve this. This book is a lot about, if you can, like, if you really believe in yourself and you take steps towards that goal, you can achieve it, and it just puts a really positive spin on something that a lot of people are really negative about. Like, a lot of people might have a really crazy dream and a lot of people around them put them down. Not necessarily in a mean way, but a lot of people are really skeptical and often cynical about life, and do think, you know, it's unlikely that you're ever going to achieve such a huge thing. But this book kind of gives you that little belief that you can, and again, it all comes down to thinking big and really thinking that it's possible. So this is a really good one. If you're kind of younger, I think, as well. I'm at that age now where I'm thinking about my career and I'm a bit scared because I don't want to grow up and I need to start earning proper, like, adult money and thinking about moving out and, you know, being in the adult world with a financial stability, and it's very scary getting to that stage, and this book is really helping motivate me and believe in myself to achieve my goals and the things that I want to do in the next few years. So I really hope that you guys enjoyed that, and please do let me know what your favourite books are if you like reading these type of self-help books, because I'm obsessed with them and I'm always looking to read a new one. So let me know your recommendations in the comments, and thank you for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!